Hey everybody, Ethan here with Standing Stone and Pro Staff for DT Systems. We're coming at you with the top 10 most common mistakes that bird dog owners make. This is number 6, sight pointing versus scent pointing. You've probably seen it. If you have a little bird dog, you've seen them point stuff. The first time they're running across the yard, they stop, they tuck that paw up, and you see them locked in solid on a butterfly. Or something else. Might just be a songbird that sits down in the yard. It's fantastic. It's awesome to see, but it is not ultimately what we're looking for. Most of the time when we're hunting with our dogs, they can't actually see the birds. And in the urban environments that we live in today, it's so easy, so easy for our dogs to get stuck on utilizing their eyes only to sight point things as opposed to scent point things. So what is the difference? Pretty straightforward, but we'll go over it. Sight pointing would be pointing things they can see with their eyes, where scent pointing is they're going to utilize their nose to smell scent coming across wind currents, and that is what they're ultimately going to be pointing. That's what we can utilize in the field. Now, you've probably seen wing on a string game for young pointing dogs, and the wing on a string thing is so much fun to dance out a little object that the dog is going to point. Doesn't have to be a wing, it can literally be anything, but wing is most commonly used, and they see it. And you twitch it around and they stop and they point, and you can get an awesome picture. After that, folks, throw it away, don't ever do it again. Scent pointing is what we need to develop, and how we start that is by actually throwing something that has scent on it into an area that the dog has to use their nose to find it. Then that can be moved into birds and then ultimately developed into pointing. If you put too much emphasis on them pointing things with their eyes, it's going to drastically set you back in your training where you'll feel like my dog's nose doesn't even work because they just run around looking for everything. And if they're in that zone as well, it tends to lead into even naughtier habits as you develop, where they try and see what they can smell. So ultimately, folks, if you see your dog pointing robins or bugs or butterflies or whatever it may be, or you've done the wing on a string game, be done with the wing on a string, and don't discourage the pointing of things they can see, but don't encourage it. You see them pointing something, just call them away, keep their focus on something else. Again, urban environments that most of us and our dogs live in today, this is a bigger struggle. So we hear you. Just know what it is and why it's not beneficial to continue to reinforce. Thanks, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tip, and we will see you in the next one.